So I'm having a chat with Kate Rusby. How are you?
I'm good, thank you so much. Yeah, getting all giddy for tour and album and spring and everything. It's just very good. Exciting times.
Loads of stuff on the way. And one thing that is coming up after this interview is we'll be playing a new single of yours called Today Again. Tell us a bit about the single.
So today again, sorry, I wrote that for somebody that really needed it. Somebody very close to me was having a bit of a tough time, and just that thing of because I've been through tough times as well. And one of the things that really helped me was to remember that the sun is always going to come up on another day. You will go to sleep, however rubbish your day has been, and however desperately awful it's been and painful the sun is going to rise because nobody can stop it. It will rise the next day. And by then, it will be a little bit less painful and a little bit, tiny bit easier. And then the day after that, the sun will rise again. And with each day and each sunrise, it will just keep being a little bit better. So there is always just that little ray of hope until you just feel that moment of happiness and it's there. And so it was just about that a song of hope and support, really, and comfort.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. And that is off your new record, When They All Looked Up, which is out 25th of April. What can we expect to hear on the record?
Oh, a little bit of everything, actually, really, like most of my albums. This is actually the first album of brand new music for 6 years from me that's not Christmas music. But I have been busy in that time. I've done like two Christmas albums and I've done a retrospective album called 30 that was to celebrate 30 years of touring and a covers album called Hand Me Down. But yeah, so this is the first kind of album in a while that where I've actually just sat down and started creating and finding brand new music that's normal. I mean, normal. What's normal about me? But that's not Christmas music. So there's a little bit of everything. There's a couple of traddy songs on there. I mean, when I first sat down to decide what songs were going to go on it, was struck by this thought of I'm 51. I'm going to be 52 at the end of this year. Just what if this is the last album that I ever make? Is the songs yet that I've got somewhere in my brain that I've never got round to recording yet? So there are two or three songs on there that my parents I know from my parents singing because they both sing and play. And so yes, it was an opportunity to do that kind of thing as well. The songs that I've written, there's funny songs, one of which is called the Barnsley Youth and Temperance Society, which is based on a true story and is just hilarious. And yeah, a little bit of everything. There's hope, there's happiness. Quite a few people have said, it's a very positive album. Even though it's quite a chilled out album actually, but there's lots of positive kind of messages of hope and everything will be fine and let's try and just be happy in whatever is going on. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And how does this record sound in comparison to your previous records?
Ooh, let me think. Well, we've still stuck with the kind of experimental kind of side of things, like using like when I say that I mean not just using acoustic instruments. Um, Probably an album that we did called Philosophers, Poets and Kings in 2019 that came out. Um, that probably was the start of little bits of experimentation with sounds and effects, and that's when we introduced the brilliant instrument that is the Moog, which is like a primitive synthesizer. Our bass player, Duncan Lyle, we were talking about this bottom layer of bass end, and he was saying, do you know what? I'm going to bring my Moog with me next time I come to record. I was going, what is this? But he brought it down, and it's like, wow, it's so much lower, and it's all this different kind of space music sound, So we've loved using little bits of Moog in the music ever since then, really. So that stayed. But but yet, I suppose it's a bit more intimate, this album, than previous ones. It's a bit more pared back. We did a tour last spring called the Singy Songy Session Tour, which was a more pared back, kind of more intimate sounding gig with just myself and three others on stage. We usually have a band of six. At Christmas, it's like 14 of us, I think, something like that on the stage, because we have a brass section with us. But we loved that kind of more intimate sound from last spring. So I think that's what informed the sound of this album, really. So even though we still have, the depth of the music is still there, but somehow it's a bit more intimate, and that's the kind of the sound and the group, the band members that we kind of went with for the albums. Yeah.
Nice, nice. And when it comes to writing, I like to talk a bit about it. How do tracks normally start off for you?
It starts off with me being in a little room with surrounded by, I've got a whole load of ballad books, really old ballad books that I've collected over the years. And there's stories in there, there's songs that are complete, but they might have a tune missing. Some of them have got like one verse, and then you've got to imagine what else happens because the rest of it's been lost. So I just pull some random books out, take those with me, take my guitar, take my piano keyboard thing, and I just sit and stare into space for quite a while. And I'll pick one of the instruments up, and maybe something has been sparked by something in one of the ballad books, or something that a thought, or as I've been talking to somebody or overheard a conversation. But then I'll just sit and start playing round chords, which with whichever instrument, and then something just starts to appear, like the chord progression, or just a bit of a tune might pop in my head. So I'll keep playing it, playing it, playing it. But then this is why I have to shut myself away and why I can't write with other people, because the what comes out is just nonsense words for a bit until I realize where the song is going to go and what the feel of it is and what it could possibly go into and be. So that has to be just a private thing, because it was just people would be just going, Kate has just lost the plot slightly around the edges. So then I just sit again, and but once a tune is formed and I get an idea for what the song might be, or maybe I'll have a line that I really love that fits with the chords that I've just kind of come up with. Then I kind of put the instruments down and I'll head out and walking, because we've got two dogs, so I do a lot of walking anyway. But I just then kind of write the rest of the song in my head as I'm walking about in the day. And a song might appear over like 3 or 4 days, or even a week, something like that. Even longer, I might start a song and then come back to it later on. But yeah, that initial thing is with instruments, but after that it's just all in my head. And I've notepads all over the house, and my phone gets full of voice notes of ideas for lines and stuff like that. And quite often I'll be out walking in the village and people will be going, "Oh, hey, Kate," and I'm like just walking on. They're going, "Oh, hello." I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I'm just like miles away, just, because I get in this headspace of rhyming couplets and where it could be, and the next verse and all
Hmm.
that. So yeah, that's kind of done away from instruments, really.
Fair enough, fair enough. And with this album on the way, you get the chance to play these tracks live when you're heading out on tour. I think in a couple of days' time. I bet you can't wait to be doing some shows again.
Yes, we start on Friday the 25th, so not long at all, and absolutely like dying to get back out on the road. Like I say, it's brand new music, so it's going to be so lovely. We're so excited to bring these songs out to people, because a lot of the people that we'll be playing to won't actually have the album. A lot of people do wait to buy the album at the gig. But a lot of people have pre-ordered it, which is brilliant. So they will probably have it on release day. But even so, they might have not have
Hmm.
had chance to listen to it. So it will be the first time that a lot of people are hearing the song. So it's really exciting to yeah, and it kind of refreshes everything. I tend to do an album a year. I've done that for the last few years, a Christmas album one year and a normal album the next, just to make sure that both things that we do are refreshed over 2 years. So yeah, I can't wait. Absolutely
Yeah,
buzzing.
yeah, I can well imagine. And then when we're into festival season, you got a few festivals booked in. You hoping to add some more?
Yes, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, it's quite late now for festivals to be kind of booking, but you never know. Like I say, things change, things evolve, don't they? But yeah, we've got quite a few festivals in already, which is absolutely brilliant. We're doing Beautiful Days again, and we're doing Warwick Festival, which is a lovely kind of small folk festival, which I just adore. I've been going there since I was a kid. We're doing a lovely festival up in North Yorkshire, Rydale Festival, which is in a tiny little village up there, which is just so beautiful. And where else are we playing? Greenbelt Festival, which is the favourite of mine as well. Crikey, loads of them. Yeah, I
Hmm.
can't wait. I love festival season, because you get to go and hang out with fellow musicians as well that you've not seen since previous festival season.
Yeah,
So that's really lovely. And usually during summer, our two girls come with us as well, because they're not at school. So that's always a lovely thing. We drag them up on stage with us generally as well for a song, which is great. Yeah, I love it.
nice. Nice. And what's the end of this year going to hold for you? Going to be back in the studio? You're going to be doing some more touring? What's the plan at the moment?
Yes, we will be touring through December, our annual Christmas tour, which has become a beast. We absolutely love it. It's like the end of tour party for us because we've been together as a band, the whole year. And so yes, that I think that kicks off on the possibly the 5th of December this year, actually. But it's actually the 20th year that we've done the Christmas tour, which I can't believe. So it's going to be extra special party of Christmas tour this year too. And for that, there will be a new recording out. I'm not entirely sure what it's going to be just yet, whether it'll be an EP or a full album. I'm still just working on that just now, but
Hmm.
yes. So can't wait for that. Party time.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And speaking of Christmas, I think you've got six Christmas records out there now. Are you running out of songs yet?
No, not even at all. Because here in South Yorkshire, we have this bizarre thing that happens in the pubs. I'm pointing over there because that's where one of the pubs is that we go to. And the people go from all walks of life and all over the country now. People gather here into these pubs, certain pubs, and sing these carols from the day after. It's like the weekend after Armistice Day, and it goes on until New Year's Day. And the lost versions of carols and Christmas songs that have been lost to the rest of the country. So there's like over 30 different versions of While Shepherds Watch Their Flocks, just for an example. So, I mean, I've not even done all them yet. So it's a whole treasure trove. And I used to be taken there as a kid. So I was brought up with this bizarre, tons and tons of extra Christmas songs that lots of other people kind of don't really know. And that's why we started the Christmas tour, because I'm so passionate about that kind of set of songs that I decided, right, this is it. I'm going to get the lads together. We're going to Rusbyfy some of them, and we're taking them out on the road again to spread them out again so people will know them. So 20 years on, yeah, and it's 7 Christmas albums actually, I think. So yes, not done yet. Love
Yeah,
it.
nice. Kate, it's been a pleasure having a chat with you.
Thank you so much for having me.